I want us to cross over live to Naivasha, where my colleague Michelle Ngele is standing by. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us here on News Center. So I'm sure you've been able to interact with some of the leaders, maybe the governors and other stakeholders who are going to be part of the conference today. What really are they saying about this final scorecard for devolution as we head on to the elections?
Devolution, and that's not new considering that mostly we have stakeholders of devolution mostly attending this conference: governors, deputy governors, senators, and just members of the county government. But we've also been able to speak to a few citizens, a few residents of different counties across the country. Remember, the theme for this year's annual conference is Tell Your Story, and so we'll be speaking to some of them right now to hear what they have to say. But before that, we have with us here Bungoma Governor Peter Ojamong, and he will be giving us just a sneak peek of what devolution has done for his county. Beg your pardon, Busia Governor, and many thanks for joining us on KTN News, Governor. A lot has been said about this conference here today. Why are you here?
Thank you very much. First of all, I must correct I'm the Busia Governor. And indeed, the theme for this conference is devolution, transforming lives. And indeed, in most counties, the devolution has impacted very well on the lives of people. If I can take an example of Busia County, if I start from the water sector, the water sector was being badly managed, but when we came as a county government, we introduced a new technology of drilling boreholes, which never used to be there in the previous governments. So far, we have drilled over 110 solar-powered boreholes. These boreholes have actually maintained the people during the drought season. They were the only ones. All the rivers had dried. All the hand-dug boreholes were also dried, but ours remained at least serving the people. We bought the water boozers, which assisted in water stress areas which are experiencing water stress. We're actually ferrying water for people using the water boozers. This never used to be there. It's the first time a county purchased the water boozers. So you'd find in the water sector, it's only Busia County which has embraced a new technology where you use solar-powered panels to get water from the ground and supply it to the people.
This could not have been done
It's a very good initiative, and it has been copied across. It's now being copied in the other counties. And we are going to continue with it. So it's a very big progress that we have made. In the health sector, actually we got the health sector when it was in a bad state. And to date, we cannot say that there's any county which is trying to provide services in the health sector to the standards as expected. So you'll find that we bought ambulances which never used to be there. Previously we just used to have vans that were ferrying people from one point to another. But in this one, we managed to purchase ambulances, real ambulances, with personnel inside, which can man patients. Unlike the previous ones, where just people, it was just for ferrying a patient without any care. So that is a milestone. We've improved the physical facilities, the level 3 hospitals by constructing laboratories, constructing theaters, and maternity wings, which never used to be there. If you went to all my 7 sub-counties, at least the infrastructure is complete. What is remaining is equipping them. The people will continue with the services.
I mean, and despite all this being said, because most governors also say that they have improved health services in their counties, but that's not the story we're hearing from the doctors now on well over their 3rd month of strike.
No, the doctors have said it's not the issue of salaries alone. That was
facilities were also an issue.
Facilities and all the equipment, and that's why I say when we started as counties, there were so many problems in the health sector, and we are not going to solve them in due course. It needs serious talks, dialogue between the doctors, the health practitioners and the stakeholders, national government, NGOs, the donor community, for us to reach anywhere. But as things stand now, even county governments alone cannot be able to employ enough personnel as required. They cannot be able to purchase all these facilities as required by the people. So we still have more serious problems in the health sector. And we as governors, we say, let us sit down. And the doctors have also said that way. Let us sit down. It's not the issue of salaries alone.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, remember, is expected to preside over this conference officially in a few minutes, and there is a security checks going on those planes you hear. But Governor, what would you say devolution has done for the people in your county? Because we can speak about the statistics, the economy has improved, but that statistics cannot exist alone. How has it trickled down to the well-being of the people, their living standards?
I must say there's a lot that has to be done. Like in agriculture, for instance, you'll find that in agriculture, the extension officers were not there. The county governments have come and revived that. At least we can have extension workers going to advise the farmers on when to plant, what type of seeds to plant, what kind of fertilizer to plant. They even go to test soils and advise the farmers accordingly. That never used to be there. It had collapsed. We've bought for most counties, even mine, we have bought tractors for our farmers. Now the area under acreage has improved. So you'll find that we encourage them to keep livestock, those ones that are beneficial, not just the local breeds. That one we have done through women groups, the youth groups, but you'll find that we need more funds in order that we can reach out to more people. The mistake we made in devolution, we just did embrace devolution without unbundling functions and costing them. So it's just a kind of guesswork we are doing.
Right. So given the challenges that are being witnessed right now, would you say that devolution is here to stay?
Devolution is there because the benefits are immense. It's there to stay. What we only need is that the national government and the other stakeholders, the county government, should sit down and bundle the functions, cost them properly, and then fund them. You'll find everything will work smoothly. But you cannot give me a function which is costing 10 billion and you want me to implement it with 10 million. It cannot happen.
All right.
Those are challenges. Now if you go, it's issues like housing. It's a devolved function. Counties cannot afford to take money and get cheap materials to purchase for people. Agriculture is fully functioned, but you cannot cater for the inputs, farm implements for all the farmers. You need more money. Water is fully devolved. But just doing even one pipeline, it's in billions. Doing drainage, it's in billions, it's not in millions, the one we are given. So even if you save for so many years. So it's just the national government to have a dialogue with the county governments, other stakeholders, so that we unbundle these functions and cost them.
All right. Many thanks for speaking to us. That is Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong. And of course, some of the challenges that he is mentioning, there are issues of funding in the county governments. As it stands, county governments receive about 1/5 of the national budget. And as of 2013, the national government, by the end of this financial year, will have disbursed in excess of 1 trillion shillings to the county governments. But the county governments say this is not enough. So those are some of the challenges that will be discussed in this 4th annual conference of devolution. Betty.
All right, thank you very much, Michelle Ngele, for that reporting. Like I mentioned